Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're having a great weekend. It is beautiful weather here in the Houston, Texas area, and this morning I went out to one of our garden centers and bought flowers. Now I need to plant them and hopefully keep them alive. So I'm very grateful for the weather. I'm grateful for the weekend. And I'm also always grateful to be able to teach you another Zentangle pattern. Excuse me. If you follow my community posts, you know that I have been working on the 100 days of tangling with the Tangle All Around Facebook group. And this was one of my posts recently. And I really enjoyed this pattern. It's looks complicated, but it's really not. It's easy, and I will show you how to do it. I do try to share the links to these step outs if I can find them outside of the Facebook group. But the only place that I was able to find this one was on Pinterest. So I'll try to remember to put that link down in the description of my video. Let me zoom in on this. You can kind of see it. Like I say, it looks kind of complicated, but it's not. And I'm going to show you this version. Okay, so she does her petals like this, or like this, more pointed. And then she's got them where they're kind of like flux, going back and forth. So she gives you all kinds of options. Here's a way to do it where it looks like it has gemstones in it. And the one I'm going to show you today is just like this, but with these going across. And like I said, it looks kind of complicated, but it's not. And I did this one on a Zentangle apprentice tile. It's black. Okay, so this is the name of it, Petals by Cynthia, Kumala, and it's 100 Days of Tangling 2024, day 80. And I was trying to use my Jelly Roll sparkle pens, but it didn't work well. So I just put gold and white on here, and that came out kind of cool. Yeah, now you can kind of see the gold on there. But I had fun with this one. I just kept thinking, what if I do this? What if I do that? And this was the outcome. So we're going to use a Zentangle 3.5 inch tile. And I do encourage you to put the name of the pattern on the back. And I'm not going to do the 4 corner dots. Excuse me. But I do want to find the center. And for me, the way that I find the center is, okay, I need to back out just a tiny bit. Okay, I just draw a very light line between these two corners because it's easy to find corner to corner. Doesn't have to be perfect, but there's that one. And then I'm going to go across this way to this corner. This is not required, but I'm just showing you this is what I do because I like the guidelines. And once I have that there, then I'm also going to put these lines, and I am going to be using these just as, like I say, kind of a guide. All right, so like I said, 3.5 inch tile, my graphite pencil. sometimes I forget to say this, Micron 01 and Micron PN, my kneaded eraser, and a tortillon. Okay, now back to what I was doing. So if you look at this, she starts with these petals here in the center, and that's what we're going to do first. And that's what I'm using these lines for, just to kind of help that line up. And just going to make kind of a semicircle there, and turn and do the same thing 4 times. So there's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and mine are not going to all be the same length. See, that one looks more rounded than those. It doesn't matter. So now we're going to do the other side of this, and it's kind of like it's coming back down this way, but it's going behind the other one. Turn your tile. I know there are a lot of people that I watch who don't turn their tile, but I enjoy doing that. It makes it easier. Okay, so the second thing that we do here, and I'm showing you initially the basic pattern, is we're going to make some more petals. So I'm going to come up a little bit from that, and then just bring my line back down, and it's going to meet with the line that's already there. Okay? Turn your tile, do the same thing. And I'm trying to get them to be about the same distance, but we're not worried about perfection here. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing one more time. So come up a little bit and bring your line down to these lines that were already there. All right. Just gentle curves. Okay, down to this center, and this line kind of helps us. And then one more. Okay. Now I'm going to do this area, and this has a lot of detail on it. Let me show you this one, might be a little bit easier. So we're just going to put almost like a teardrop on each side, and then we're going to bring like these flux petals up on each side. And this is where this line comes in handy. So instead of turning each time, I'm just going to go ahead and do that here. So here's my first one. And then I'm going to take off from there, come around, and then at that center line, I'm going to come back. Okay, and what I'm talking about is where I have the pencil mark, that guideline. And then this one's going to come around and kiss it and come back down on top of that one. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Come up a little bit higher. Come up, make your little petal, and come back. Same thing here. Come around, do your petal, and come back down. Okay, so we're going to do that on all 3 sides. I really enjoyed playing with this one. It looked difficult when I first saw it, but following the step outs made it easy. And then you can decide how you want to make this look. And like I say, if you don't have a Pinterest account with what I showed you, you could do a screenshot of that. And then you'll have a copy of the step outs. Okay, so I'm just doing the same thing on each side. And we're purposely leaving a little space in there. Okay. I'm always amazed with how people come up with patterns. Although I did take a photo of a garden pot at the nursery today, and I thought I would try to maybe deconstruct that. Okay, last one. And last one. Okay, so that in itself is the basic pattern called Petals. And then one of the things that she does is she puts some drama inside here. It's kind of like a little aura inside of each of these. And then she put one up here on the top and fill those in. You know, once you get this basic pattern drawn, I'm trying to even that out, that's okay. Then you can do just all kinds of stuff with these petals. And that's what I kept doing with that black tile. I just kept adding lines and little embellishments. I had a lot of fun with it. You know, just make it your art. In your mind, say, what if I did this? And then just try it. All right, so I'm just adding these little dark embellishments. They don't all look the same. Doesn't matter. I really enjoy these patterns that are easy to draw and easy to embellish. Okay. So there's all kinds of things that we could do with this center part. I am going to erase the lines that I put in there. And that's not one of the steps in the method to erase your lines, but since I put that there just as a guide for me, then that's what I like to do. All right, so let's look at one of the things that she does, and that is to put an aura inside each one of these. Okay. And then you could come back and add color to these petals. And well, we're going to leave that one like that. You decide on if you want to put an aura, how many you want to put. So we're going to start by just doing one aura inside each of these petals. Okay. And just take your time. And if you're new to my channel and I'm going too slow, I don't speed up any of my steps. So you can use the YouTube controls to change the way that you view these videos. But that way you have the option to have it go faster. I get too stressed trying to watch a video that's sped up. Okay, so there's that. You could darken each one of these. You could put something inside each one. I think I'm going to do a few things similar to how I did this one, so you can see that. Like I say, here's the basic pattern. I'm going to go ahead and put another little teardrop inside each one of these. Like I said, embellish it the way that you want it. And then what I did on this one was I put a little teardrop inside and then a dot. And then I did that on each one of these. So then it really makes it look like flux. But I enjoyed that. Okay, so I'm going to put another one here. Just a little orb. Let's go ahead and fill that in. I like the dark, okay? And then a little line coming up. Repeat on each side. Okay. One more. Okay, I hear some stereo from my neighbors. Hopefully that's not something that's bothering you. Okay, I think just to make these kind of match, I'm going to do that. Again, just what if. All right. I enjoyed putting aura around it all. So I'm just going to start at the top of that petal, come down to the center, and then come around on each one. Turning your tile to keep your hand comfortable. Remembering to relax your shoulders. Just relax and enjoy drawing. And like I said, you could stop at any point Don't add the aura if you don't want to. Add color where you like it. Okay. I think I've said it before, one of my favorite things about Zentangle and the small tiles is that it's so easy to create a quick piece of art in a small space and not feel overwhelmed by it all. All right, so what I did next was, again, just kind of aura'd each side. Like so. And then I put kind of a rounded cap on it. And then I aura'd inside again. Put a cap on it. And here's our dot again. So we're just kind of repeating a few of the things that we've done. So aura in that curve. Add a rounded top. Another little curve. And a dot inside. The nice thing about watching the video is you can decide if you want to do this or not. I liked it. You could also put other patterns out here. To me, it's just so relaxing to do simple lines. You know, you could put those dots in here. It's kind of like drawing a mandala and deciding what you want to put into each space. Okay. You could put a background pattern on there. Okay, just two more of those. I really enjoy watching Kelly Blue, and I know a lot of you follow her channel, and it's KELLIBLOUIN. She's a CZT that I met at seminar. I highly recommend her channel. She does a Monday mandala, and that kind of inspires me to just keep trying something new. Okay. So look at it, you know, hold it at arm's length, see if there's something else that you think you'd like to do. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do something else or if that's enough. Let's just leave it at that. and start some shading. So I was thinking of just using my graphite pencil to fill in these bands. Your graphite is an easy way to sort of add color to your tile. Of course, you could do each one of these with a marker, colored pencil, watercolor pencil, anything like that. And then just soften it. Okay. Let's just do that on these. And I'll try not to take too long. Down here. I haven't done it on this one like this before, so this is a what if. What if we do that? How's it going to look? And as always, I look forward to seeing how some of you do it in color. But my goal is always to show it on a white tile with black pen and give you the option to do fun things with it. Okay, so let's soften those. I think it's kind of cool. I may have to do this again in color just to play with it. Now the tip of that one is getting kind of fat on my tortillon, which is why I usually have a paper clip pushed in there. All right, let's add a little bit of shading at the bottom. I'm going to put graphite in these, just kind of continuing that theme. But I'm going to put just a little bit of graphite at the bottom of each of these petals. And then use your tortillon to soften that and just pull it up a little bit. We don't want to fill it. Just give it a little bit of shadow down at the bottom. And soften it so that you don't have any lines. Okay. Keep going. All right, what do you think? All right, I am going to put that graphite in here. Just keep going around. Okay. And then take your tortillon, soften those. You know, once you know a pattern like this and how easy it is to do, then you can very easily do another version and put color on it. I may actually see what happens if I put color on top of this graphite. I could also come back and erase it all and put colored marker in there, or the Starlight Jelly Rolls, something like that. I do love sparkle. I like it. I like how that turned out. That's cool. Let's put, nah, I was going to put maybe a little bit of graphite around these. Again, that's a what if. What if we do that? How's that going to look? And then soften it. I like it. And if you don't like it, use your eraser. I mean, this is just the pencil. You can lift up some of that if you don't like it. All right, cool. So let's put our chop. And remember to put the name of the pattern on the back, sign it and date it. Put some more information if you want to, a little bit of journal entry, what's going on today. Like this is almost Easter. And I am going to put my chop here. Again, sometimes I forget to mention that if you're unsure about your art, first of all, hold it at arm's length and see what you think. Or put it down and come back a couple hours or a day later. And for me, it always looks better when I wait. Thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun with it. And here's the black one, which is very similar to this. And there's my original. And there you go. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. Leave a comment, share, and come back again. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye.